All right, calling the Borough agenda meeting to order today, which is August 12th at 6:17.
It's a regular meeting. It's incorrect on that.
Oh, yeah, the regular
Yeah,
meeting,
yeah.
sorry. And I lead the flag salute, so I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate and electronic notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in the Beach Haven Municipal Building, on the Borough website, and mailing the same to the Beach Haven Times, the Asbury Park Press, and the Press of Atlantic City. Mrs. Ballmiller?
Here.
Ms. Lambert?
Here.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Here.
Ms. Snyder?
Here.
Mayor Davis?
Here.
Cash receipts in the current fund account for the period of July 1st to July 31st were $636,118.32. Cash disbursements in the current fund account for the month of July 2024 totaled $4,675,123.88. Cash receipts in the water utility account for the period of July 1 to July 31st were $31,669.77. Cash disbursements in the water utility account for the month of July totaled $49,710.86. Cash receipts in the sewer utility account for the period of July 1 to July 31st were $23,341.24. And cash disbursements in the sewer utility account for the month of July totaled $240,376.87, submitted by our treasurer, Sherry Bowler. I don't have the
Okay,
dispatch reports.
We have minutes for approval without
Yes.
formal reading.
I have minutes for approval from May 13th, regular meeting, and May 30th, agenda meeting.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Get 'em out. Ordinance 2024-23C, an ordinance amending Chapter 182, Article 2, Limousines, Code of the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, to establish general requirements and fee structures to operate a limousine within the Borough of Beach Haven. Final reading.
This is a final reading, so it's open for public discussion. If anybody wants to talk to this ordinance regarding limousine fees, please come forward, speak. Is there anybody on Zoom that wants to speak to this ordinance? No. Nobody wants to speak, so therefore do I have a motion to approve ordinance number 23C?
Motion to approve.
So is there a second?
Second. Thank you. Mrs. Ballmiller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-24C, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a lease amendment and extension between the Borough of Beach Haven and the Borough of Beach Haven Volunteer Fire Company Number 1 for the premises located at 420 Pelham Avenue, also known as Block 1, Lots 3, 4, and 5 on the official tax map of the Borough of Beach Haven, to amend a lease agreement between the Borough of Beach Haven and the Beach Haven Volunteer Fire Company. Final reading.
Again, this is final reading. Is there anybody in the room or on Zoom that would like to speak to this ordinance? Yes. What, no, they're doing, basically, first of all, that microphone doesn't work. So we need to. This one is not. The fire company actually, that they're going to operate some water rescue activities down there. Basically, it's a great place for them to train. You could read the whole ordinance and
I did.
explain that, but if you'd like more information, Adam could come forward and just give us a little bit of a rundown of what the fire company is going to do down on Pelham Avenue.
Adam Ellender, Fire Chief of Beach Haven, 100 South Bay Ave. So Lori, to answer your question about what the fire company is planning on using that for, with the Coast Guard Station having the dormitories and all the facilities in there, what the town's doing is they're rehabilitating the building so that we can start a live-in program. What we're trying to do is we're trying to have volunteer firefighters when they're coming down here in the summertime to supplement, to help us with the amount of calls that we have in the summer. We can have people, especially young people that are in college and stuff, we can have them stay at the facility. So what we're looking to do is utilize that property so that we can have more firefighters that are down here. But the town is also going to get workers out of it because those kids are going to need jobs and they get a place to stay. So everybody wins. So that's something that we discussed. We think it's, you know, a good plan for everybody. The other thing is with our water rescue program, we want to utilize that for the water rescue. We have a lagoon right there. Beach Haven Volunteer Fire Company just put in again for a FEMA port security grant for a fireboat, something that we don't have on the island. The two closest boats are like Sandy Hook and Atlantic City. We have nothing here to help not just the community of Beach Haven and Long Beach Township, but the whole 18-mile and even on the mainland. Something like that would be utilized, you know, for everybody. So we put in again for that grant for the second time, and we would have the ability to access there to utilize the bulkhead to keep the boat, run it, and help the people in this town. All right. Anything else?
Thank you. That's very
Thank you.
helpful. Thank you. Anybody on Zoom like to speak to this ordinance? No? Anybody else in the room? Okay, do I have a motion to approve ordinance number 14C? 24C, I'm sorry, I can't see.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Sorry.
Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
yes,
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-25C, an ordinance supplementing Chapter 35, Salaries and Compensation of the Borough Code of the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, to require full-time and part-time employees to be paid through direct deposit pursuant to NJSA 52:14-15F. Final reading.
And again, this is final reading and it's just saves the town a little bit of time and paper and supplies if they can do direct deposits. If anybody'd like to speak to this ordinance, please come forward and speak. Anybody on Zoom? Therefore,
Hold
anybody?
on, we have a hand up.
Okay,
Haley Turner for ordinance 25C, salaries and compensation. Go ahead, state your name and address.
I'm like hella geeked, like left pocket dog shit. Like I have no fentanyl in my case, and I'm like hella
Haley
geeked.
Turner.
no?
Nope.
All right. All right, so nobody wants to speak. Do I have a motion to approve the ordinance relating to compensation, electronic
So
compensation,
moved.
25C? Yeah, is there a second?
Second.
Right.
Mrs. Ball Miller.
Yes.
Ms. Lambert.
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey.
yes,
Ms. Snyder.
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-26C, an ordinance amending ordinance 2024-13C, which supplemented section 4510 of the Code of the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, revising the definitions related to the prohibition of teen night, to revise the definition of teen night contained in ordinance 2024-13C. Final reading.
Again, would anybody in the room or, okay, I see Mr. Batista come forward.
Yeah, come on up. Use the one over there because that's what I got working right now.
I have a few pass outs that I want to hand out. This first one is, I have a copy for everybody if you want to just hand it down, Colleen.
Don't forget to speak in the microphone.
This is the police report for all of 2023 and for the months of May and June 2024. The second document is the stipulation of settlement dated 1999 between the Marlin, myself, the Catch, as it pertains to selective enforcement and how issues will be decided. I don't know if you have a copy of this, but I think it's important that you read that. Thank you. So very quickly, teen night is not the problem with our teenagers in town. The teen night is in fact a solution. It's part of the solution. We provide an organized, safe environment for kids to get off the street. And we provide also some discipline. I want to just tell you and get a little chuckle out of everybody. We don't allow backpacks because we don't want alcohol in the building. And so we solve the backpack problem. Just tell me what the problems are with teen night and give us a chance to fix them. That's all we're asking, okay? We heard that the backpacks were a problem and that the police department didn't have the resources to handle all of the issues with stolen backpacks, missing property, and so forth. We've solved that problem. We have a full-time person that checks backpacks, and they get a wristband and the backpack gets checked. And I don't believe we've had a single issue this entire season with any backpacks. But we don't allow backpacks because kids are bringing in alcohol. So we have instituted also a search program, okay? And so we check pockets and things of that nature. About a week ago, we asked a teenage girl what was in her back pocket. We saw a bulge in the pocket. And she said, "I don't know, these are not my shorts." That really, I mean, we all started breaking up. Mike, you can laugh at that one. That one is pretty funny, okay? We finally got her to remove the little airplane bottle out of her pocket. And she said, "Okay, I'll throw it away. I don't know how it got there. And now can I come in?" So no, you weren't allowed in. And then all her friends came to her rescue and we didn't let any of them in. But the following week, they came back and they apologized for their bad behavior. And they came in and had a great time.
30 seconds.
So we want to work together. I don't want to be at odds with any of you. I live and I work in this town. You got a great business going on there. There are no problems with teen night. Tell me what the problems are. There are no problems. There's no problems on the sidewalk. We were told we couldn't fix that problem. There are no problems on the sidewalk. The 5-second video, Jamie, that you based your entire vote on doesn't exist. 24 years ago, you worked in the Marlin. It's exactly the same. We don't know what year that picture was taken, who took it, or what the story is.
That's
Fact of
fine.
the matter is that does not take place inside. And anyone can come at any time to look for yourself. It doesn't take place. This litigation is going to go on for a long time. It's going to be very expensive for both of us. The tax rate's absolutely going to go up. You've already exhausted your entire legal budget. Next meeting, I'll bring you and we'll do an open request for the legal bills. There's no end to this. So let's work together and fix whatever the problem is. Teen night is a solution for the kids in town, not a problem. Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak? Anybody on Zoom? Okay, we've got somebody on Zoom.
Yeah. Gavin. Oh, where'd he go? Jay Silverstein,
Hi, how are you?
state your name and address for the record.
Jay Silverstein, 1000 North Bay Avenue, which
Hang
is-
on just a second. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, try now, Jay.
Okay, Jay Silverstein, 1000
I'm
North
so
Bay
sorry.
Avenue, in Beach Haven, which is Shelter Harbor Marina and Condominium Association. I am in support of teen night. I think there should be more things for the teenagers to do in this town. I have 3 teenagers who have gone to teen night several times this summer. And they've all come back and said that it was well supervised and safe, and it was a pleasant environment compared to what goes on behind my boat in the municipal parking lot. There's like a mob behind the boat in the parking lot over there with kids that are drinking. and urinating in public. And there's a handful of bike police that apparently their hands are tied. And at least when they go to a place like the Marlin, they're in a supervised environment and they feel safe over there. I don't feel that, I feel teen night doesn't create the problem. It actually solves the problem. It gives the teenagers a place to go and be supervised and safe. And in reality, what are teenagers supposed to do if you're gonna keep them off the beach at 9 o'clock and keep them off the streets at 10 o'clock? I mean, it's an unreasonable request to expect teenagers to have no place to go at 10:30 at night. My kids also tried coming home from the mini golf course, Thundering Surf over there, that mini golf course. From a 1 block walk from there, they got harassed by some bicycle police, telling them that it was after curfew. They're walking home from playing miniature golf. I mean, where can you not go in a shore resort town and have things for teenagers to do? It's important that they have a place to go that's supervised and safe. Idle teenagers will make problems or cause problems, and you need them to be in an environment that's supervised. That's basically what I have to say. And
Thank you.
I think, the Marlin and Bird and Betty's are good places that they should go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the room would like to speak to this? No? Anybody else on Zoom? Is there anybody else on Zoom? I see a hand up.
Gavin, state your name and address for the record.
Hello, I am Gavin. I stay on 19th East 24th Street, and I have been going to LBI for years now. And I've loved LBI. It's been so much fun. I've always had a good time. The teen night has always been the highlight of my experience. And I came back for, I would say, about the 5th year to LBI, and I was really blatantly struck. I mean, it completely changed in a year. The police were a lot more aggressive. I mean, I got a curfew ticket after trying to explain to an officer that we were just waiting for a ride. And I feel like in the midst of all this, teen night is our shelter. Teen night is where we can go to feel safe. We can have fun. We can meet new people. I met a bunch of new friends, had a great week. And it really felt like just a safe place to be myself and be able to express, myself in a controlled environment. And just to shut it down, I mean, I saw my little sister there, and I don't want her on the street. I know there's a lot of people drinking and shouting and all this. And I felt like, yeah, I can let my little sister go to teen night, and I don't have to worry about her. And I think it really is like a main attraction. And I mean, it brings a lot of money in, and I love it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Is
you.
there any other hands up on Zoom?
Yes, Frank Borelli.
Thank you. My name's Frank Borelli. My home address is 12 East Calvary Drive in New City, and my local address is 514 Atlantic in Beach Haven. I'm also a supporter of the teen night, but I'd like to state that I attended your first meeting on the subject. Teen night is not the cause of your teen problem in Beach Haven. Some people that were at the meeting and were also on Zoom seem to blame it on that, and it's so clear that it is not. You have a problem with teenagers every night of the week. I'm on the street. I live right near to the 5th Street Pavilion. And even last night, there was probably 30 kids up and down all night long. And it's not the Marlin or any other facility in town that causes this. It's just that we have a lot of teenagers. By the way, the police are doing a fabulous job moving the kids along. I know their hands are tied most of the time. The point I want to make tonight, I'm really concerned about what you're considering. I feel like this is a pursuit and a focus on just one business in town, and it appears to be targeted, in my opinion. And as a taxpayer, I'm really very concerned about the lawsuit that's pending, the lawsuits that are to come, and that will go against the borough, because ultimately it's the taxpayers and the citizens and the businesses that are here that have to pay for the actions that your board takes. And as a personal attack, I don't think it has any place in government. And I look at this as really an arbitrary, capricious decision on your behalf. And I hope you'll reconsider what you're doing, because the gentleman who just spoke, Mr. Batiste, sounds like he's reasonable. He's taking steps to make this work for the kids in town and for the town government. And I hope you guys can work together because again, I think we're all better off if you can come to a solution that works for both the government and for the individual businesses. Because again, as you all know, the businesses are your backbone of your community and they support our tax base and the citizens that either vacation here or live here all around. We don't want our taxes going up. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I see a hand up on the screen.
Brody?
Hello, I'm Brody Goldman. I'm a 16-year-old kid here. I've come here every
State
summer
your
for about
address
5
for the record.
Sorry, my address. It's 14, like West 68th, I believe. Thank you. So, I wanted to snowball off of what the last kid had said. I honestly feel that it's a safe space to me and my peers. I understand that there is a teen issue, but I feel that the teens are more an issue when they're out on the street, as opposed to being in the safe environment of the Marlin that is also being controlled by many great workers that make them feel so safe. So I just wanted to say that I think that the Marlin is a key part to this town's nightlife for kids and also keeping the kids safe. And I think that it is needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Joseph Anderson?
Hi, my name's Joseph. I live on 6 Laurel Court. And this park really does mean a lot to me, honestly. You know, I was born and raised in this town. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional right now. But just a little backstory. I grew up, we never really had a lot of money growing up. And I had an uncle and he had a lot of mental issues. He had like Down syndrome and he touched me a lot. And I needed a place to go and be safe.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
No.
All right.
I think Mr. Lakey would like to.
Oh, sorry. Yes, come forward. Sorry. Looking at
If you have a chance to go through the exhibits that Mr. Batista gave to you, they'll show you two things. One, the stipulation of settlement in which we said, let's meet, let's talk. And for 20 years, we've been willing to do that. And the other is a collection of the police reports, which show teen night is not really a problem at all. So all we're asking is defer this, give us a chance to talk to the people in the borough, and hopefully we can come to a better solution than continuing to bleed all these courts that we're bleeding, and perhaps you are as well. Just give us some time to work it out. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We might have one more.
Yes.
Gavin Levy?
Oh,
She can come up.
And just wait.
Hello, council. Teen night was where I met the love of my life, Gavin Pork. He spoke earlier. Hello?
We could dispense with that for minors.
Juveniles,
okay,
yeah.
we can, okay.
Hello?
All right.
Go ahead.
Teen night is a special place. It holds a special place in my heart. My boyfriend spoke earlier, Gavin Pork.
This is a joke.
I would like to say that if you're not going to take this seriously, please spare us your comments because we're all here and we all respect each other and we expect a level of respect from those who speak to us. If you were here, we have police in the room, you know, we don't like to tell you what to say ever, and we welcome all comments and concerns, just asking that you have a certain level of respect for us and for yourselves.
Thank you, Kitty. Well said.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up. Yeah.
Kathy McLaughlin, 2404 South Bay Avenue, Beach Haven. The only concern that I have, the video that I saw, I understand was from last season, was more than 30 seconds. And the fighting and some of the behavior, you know, that the teenagers were engaging in, I wonder if their parents were there, if they, you know, would have gotten their stamp of approval. when we talk about police reports, my understanding is the police were not allowed in. And what is the difference between this year and last year? Because, the video I saw, the teenagers certainly weren't dancing, and enjoying, necessarily what you would expect a teen night to be. So, I have concerns about not addressing, what we saw. I hear taxpayers don't want to see money spent on unnecessary lawsuits. As a taxpayer, I want to make sure that the activities that are available for teenagers, and certainly we need to have activities, are appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Yes, but make it brief.
Okay, so brief. I just want to respond to that we have increased our security inside. There is no inappropriate behavior inside that building. There is not. It doesn't exist. I invite every one of you here in at any time you want to come. This is actually a parent. Pass the picture around so you can see it, with her daughter who attended teen night with the daughter. So the only reason that we weren't allowed to have adults in there is because the license restriction said no one over the age of 21 was permitted on the premise during a teen night. I'm happy to change that any way you want. So it doesn't exist. There is no inappropriate behavior in there. And if there is, I'll bow out of this whole thing immediately. And I promise you that. There is no inappropriate behavior in there. So give this a chance. We can end this litigation immediately and we can move on. Listen, it's the end of the summer. At least let's talk about it for another month or two. We have time and we can fix this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else before I close the floor?
Tessa Kowski.
Hi, my name's Tessa. I would just like to speak my opinion.
Okay.
Basically, as someone who has attended teen night, I think it's a very fun activity for the kids in LBI to get together and socialize and meet new people. And I think just the whole idea of it overall is it's a great way to connect with others on top of that. And I also think that may I ask what the complaints are? Why is this even
This is a public comment period, so go ahead and make your comments, please.
Okay, well, I'm just speaking my opinion. I think that personally, if it was to be hypothetically taken away, it would upset a lot of the people that have attended it and enjoyed it. And I feel like the issues and conflict that has surrounded the thing overall is very preventable, and there can be action taken that will make it an easy fix. I also think it is a great I also think it's great for business purposes because it attracts a lot of people that enjoy going there. So that's my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Thank you.
Marcus Lafayette. You're breaking up.
Lovely.
Kyle.
Why teachers quit their jobs.
We never had to deal with that.
Kyle Pigment.
I was actually hoping to raise a question for you all and the council.
This is public comment. Do you have a comment to the council?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could also get an answer. It's fine if not, I'll still make my comment, but would you answer a question for me?
Well, it's
It
not-
depends what it
It's
is.
not a question and answer session.
You-
It's just a comment session.
Well, I just want to know, do you do you believe that adolescents are on their phones and on the internet and on like TikTok an excessive amount in the modern day, in the modern era?
Yeah, that's irrelevant to the ordinance. So if you can comment, please, on the ordinance.
I struggle to see how that's relevant. Also, I just want to, we have a few MILFs in the call. I just want to give a shout out to all my MILFs in here. Some of y'all are looking
Okay,
absolutely
okay,
fine.
you could skip him.
Gavin has already spoken, so. Christine Larock.
This is Christine. My full-time residence is in Marlboro, New Jersey. And my residence is at 421 Ingleside, right down there. I'm here to represent and speak positive. I have two children that do attend teen night, one being 15 years old, 7 years old. My main point, aside from everything that's been by the have spoken so far, is that what you have here is an unrepresented population. They're too old for Fantasy Island. There's no longer movie theaters, other forms of entertainment, and this is a place where they can go and be. Both of my children teen night this year a couple of times and have already stated to me, because I asked questions as a very strict parent, that security is up. They're really doing a nice job. My children would not want to attend if it was not a safe. So I want to applaud those who are here to represent teen night, because you're doing to the island and instituting various curfews, but you're also giving children nothing to do. So I want to applaud this litigation. I want to down this quickly as we can and hopefully get teen night to continue so these children have a place to be.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bill H.
Yes, I just like to make the point that I don't think you can be able to stop students from or kids from congregating in the area, so you might as well have them do so in a controlled environment where there's security and police in the area. Thank you.
Thank you. Leah Shady.
Hello. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to say that teen night, like at the Marlin, is a safe environment. Like security is very high, and I met some of my closest friends there. Like I met my best friend of like 2 years now there last summer, and that I create some of my strongest bonds there because we're all having a good time, and security's up. Like I feel like it's a very safe environment, and I think it's a good place for teenagers to like meet and talk, and it's a lot better than just being out on the street because it is dangerous sometimes and security's high outside. So that's it.
Thank you. Joseph Anderson. Wait, did he speak already?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Kimberly Pritchett.
Hi. Sorry, I'm using someone else's phone. My name is Maya Hardy. I'm 16, and my friends and I, I reside on 4 McKinley Ave. And my friends and I attend the Marlin every year. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to say I've been going to the Marlin for 3 years, and I've noticed a vast difference over the years. And it's the Marlin itself has improved. There are over 8 security members, people in the entrance outside, 3 people at the door, and then at least 5 people when you're inside, and somebody by the bathroom making sure that people aren't doing anything inappropriate. And that's something that makes me feel safe as somebody that goes to the Marlin every year. Right? And I just wanted to say that it's also a diverse place for kids of all backgrounds to meet, find people that they can connect with, and have a good time. And I feel like, as other people were saying, the whole thing with social media, as teenagers are increasingly starting to be on their phones more, the Marlin provides a space for people to connect one-on-one, face-to-face, just like people did before social media and phones existed, which I think is really needed and apparent. Thank you.
Thank you. Gary Berger. Gary, Anthony Pugliese,
I just wanted to come here and say that I'm actually quite against this gathering of teenagers happening. I'm a longtime resident of Beach Haven, and it's honestly quite insulting that you're going to just allow these rude adolescents to just completely disturb the peace in our area. I pay my taxes, I pay my fair share, and it's quite insulting that this even has to be a thing. I say, back in my day, we would I hate to be this guy, but we would beat our children. We would discipline them with a firm hand. I personally was hit with the belt quite a few times, as long as I can remember. Lifelong scars all over my body from my father, and I am very happy with the man I grew up into. So I think that this problem really lies in the home. We need to start disciplining our children way more.
That's it.
You're
Thank you.
Fuck you. Fuck.
Anyone else in the room?
Let's just stop the Zoom.
Yes,
Comments?
yeah, come forward. You have to come up and speak in the microphone.
All the way over to that side.
Hi, I live in Bay Club
You
and
have to state your name.
Emma Colby. I live at 402 Taylor. I live in Bay Club and I came on behalf of our neighborhood. So we live where there's like the crazy mass amount of teenagers in the parking lot all the time. And like everybody in their outdoor showers literally finds like bongs and condoms and crazy stuff from all of them every night. And on teen night, that's way less. Like teen night kind of solves a massive problem of like a dangerous amount of teenagers doing a bunch of stuff they shouldn't do. And we love it because it makes us not feel like our neighborhood is unsafe and it gives them all a place that's secure to go. So we really like it and we wanted it to stay. So on behalf of our neighborhood, that's what we think.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
CJ? And then I think we have one more on Zoom.
Okay.
CJ Mack, 220 Center Street. I just want to kind of
Please
reiterate,
speak in the microphone.
what Mike was saying, how we have fixed all the problems with all the thing that's going on. And like Mr. Brula, your daughter frequents it often. I'm sure she could tell you that it is a good, safe place for everyone. And it doesn't seem to be this big emergent order. I think if you guys took some time to come and actually see what was going on, maybe give us some time to work together, that would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Nick Gers?
Yeah, I think my taxes are too goddamn high.
Cancel this one. Cancel this one
Cancel it.
based on the name.
Can we,
Was a racial, was a play on a racial epithet.
Yeah, we're done.
I think we can close the floor.
Let's go ahead and do that.
So I am closing the floor to public comment. And we need to have a motion for this particular ordinance, which is, is it? let's see, 26C. So is there a motion to approve 26C?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Ballmiller.
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
No.
Mayor Davis.
No.
3-2 is a pass. Ordinance 2024-27C, an ordinance amending chapter 212 zoning, chapter 167 site plan review, and chapter 90 fees of the Borough Code of the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean. To adopt new zoning definitions, to increase the lot size required for duplexes, to remove reference to outdoor dining that is now covered under chapter 137, to update the requirement for a continued certificate of occupancy to be recorded at the county, and to eliminate the site plan subcommittee and permit site plan exceptions to be reviewed and issued by the construction and zoning officials. First reading.
This is first reading, so there's no public comment. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 27C?
Motion to approve 27C.
Is Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-28C, an ordinance amending Chapter 74 Construction Codes Uniform and Chapter 141 Peace and Good Order of the Borough Code of the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean to require temporary electric poles on construction sites and require paver, brick, concrete, stone, fiberglass, and plastic dust to be contained and disposed of properly. First reading.
Again, it's not open to the public. I do want to say, though, that we did discuss these at our last meeting at great length, and I think we can thank Councilwoman Ball Miller for really introducing these ideas. So is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that I did talk to Anthony Villain, the Borough Minister at Monmouth Beach, where this ordinance was taking place for the summer. And he did report, he was such a nice guy. There have been no complaints from their builders about putting a bag on their, cutting the plastic and whatnot. He actually said that they said that it was an easier cleanup.
Oh, that's great. And
So-
it's for our safety.
Right, they had,
It's health and safety.
they've had no complaints by, anyone
It's great.
after the fact, and that it has not delayed
building.
anything. Nope. No.
That's great.
I'm the labor attorney in
Yeah,
Monmouth
yeah.
Beach. I spoke to the mayor also, and he said the contractors in town were very supportive of it.
That's
And
awesome.
like Councilwoman Baumiller said, they found that it actually is working out better for them than without it.
And how many, not many municipalities in the state do this?
Use your mic.
Just started.
It's just starting.
So
And I
go
have to
us, right?
commend
Yeah.
Councilwoman Ball Miller
Yeah,
for
let's lead the
actually
way.
looking under her microscope and seeing what was going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Dork.
So is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I will second it.
Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes.
All matters listed under item consent agenda are considered to be routine by the municipal council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Any items requiring expenditure supported by a certification of availability of funds and any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed separately. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. Resolution 156, returning dumpster bonds. 164, returning piling bonds. 167, approving change order number 1 dated July 25th, 2024 for the Taylor Avenue parking lot project. 168, awarding a contract to Jersey Shore Lawn and Sprinkler and approving an expenditure in amount not to exceed $35,805 for the 2024 Veterans Park irrigation system. 169, improving the insertion of a special item of revenue. 170, approving the hiring of a tax and permit clerk 1. 171, authorizing an executive session to discuss ongoing litigation, Beach Haven Auto versus Borough Beach Haven. 172, we're adding sidewalk sales dates for October 5th and 6th. 173 and 174 are canceling water and sewer charges at the request of our CFO. And 175, approving membership to the Beach Haven Volunteer Fire Company number 1, a junior member.
Does anybody want to take any of these particular resolutions off for further discussion? No? So if that's not the case, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve
Is there a second?
consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes.
I have a bill list this evening in the amount of $1,026,407.23.
Is there a motion to approve the bills?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes. Okay, now I'm opening the floor to public comment. At this time, you can talk about anything. Okay, come forward, state your name and address.
Cookie, Virginia Messick, 19 6th Street, Beach.
Speak in the microphone, please.
Cookie,
I can't hear
Virginia
very well.
Messick, 19 6th Street. This says that you're having an executive session to discuss the ongoing litigation of Beach Haven Auto versus the borough. I thought that that had gone to court and that the Superior Court had made a decision. So this executive session is to keep discussing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
answer
answer.
that.
I'm not representing the borough on that matter. We do have special counsel, but just in terms of the nature of litigation, there's a process beyond just the trial court. There's an appeal, and I'm not sure what the nature of the discussion is going to be because, like I said, I'm not handling it. But just the fact that there's an initial court trial stage does not mean the litigation is necessarily over. There's other
Meaning you
aspects.
might appeal it.
I'm not
That,
saying.
I mean, so that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying. In
can't
other
say
words,
that.
the decision was made in the favor of Beach Haven Auto, as I understand it.
The decision is what it is. It speaks for itself.
It is
yeah.
what it is, and
Yeah.
we don't know what it is yet, but yeah. So I know everyone here and most of the people out here, and I am an environmentalist. But that is not really the issue here. Presented what Jamie just did because I spent the whole last 5 years with little bits of stuff in my yard and on my pond. That was great. But this is people who, maybe not to the speed at this point that you wanted to be, have made a concerted effort and spent a considerable amount of money doing this. And as I understand it, when you have something like that and you're dealing with the DEP, that you have to have someone who is not involved, that is the DEP arbitrary observer of what's going on and approving it, and that they had one, Beach Haven Auto or have one, but that the town also has one and that would be paying for that. And also, I would be interested to know how much this has cost the town.
Well, we can't really talk about it right now, but wait till you hear, I mean, you need the next step before you can really make a lot of.
I know, but I just keep asking
But
this
the
question because
questions
it's
are
always.
well taken and.
Yeah, so when are things allowed? When do you tell people what happened, even though people know?
If you'd like to give me a call in the office tomorrow,
Okay.
I can answer some of those
Yeah,
questions.
you know what, I just meant what, because I'm not, I suppose I could look up the court thing and I'm not.
I can
speaking-
make it easier. Just give me a
Okay.
call
All
tomorrow.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cookie.
Okay, who else? I saw somebody else's hand. Okay,
I have someone on Zoom.
okay, well, let's do this one and then we'll go to Zoom.
Okay.
Kathy King, 326 Third Street. I see the ordinance 2024-28C. I find that very concerning because we, people who live close to the Pier 18 project, have had a lot of dust and debris in the yards of the properties around there. And then I think I've spoken to a number of the property owners, and they are concerned about what kind of particles of dust or whatever are still in the area, whether they've been tested. This is a really good thing, but it's after the fact. And I don't think we can ignore that. And I know I have been in and seen reports as far as the asbestos, but that doesn't really satisfy any of the people I've spoken to. So I'm glad you're taking this for the future, but I think you really have to be honest and fair about what's going on, has gone on that project, and what is still going on now, what's in the dirt on the yacht and the lot there, and not just letting this go, because if down the road somebody gets sick, and that's what we're concerned about. Thank you.
Well, we are concerned and
Thank
thank you.
you.
Those comments are
Thank you.
important. You have somebody on Zoom?
Michael Pugs?
Honestly, if you're worried about chemicals in the year 2024, you need to just cry about
State
it.
your name and address for the record, please.
My name's Michael Pugs. I'm from 6 West Street, Beach Haven. And honestly, I think y'all are just some pussies. Like,
Okay, cancel him.
Sorry, what's happening?
Lovely.
All right, Paula Vinskow.
called us all dirty names.
What?
He called us like names.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
I'm
go ahead.
from Shavertown, Pennsylvania, with the local address of 5 East 50th Street in Brant Beach. And if I'm not out of line, I just wanted to comment. I know you voted on the teen club, but I didn't get to speak before.
Go
I
right
know it may
ahead.
be too late, but I do want to support the Marlin. We have 3 children. We're down to our last. She attends it and loves it. If she didn't feel safe, she certainly wouldn't attend it. I think it's a treasured tradition on LBI. In an era where society wants to limit kids' device time, this offers a social experience just for a few hours. It's not, all night and late. And I think if you keep fun things for kids to do, they're going to have great memories and they're going to come back years from now with their own families. So please give the Marlin an opportunity to address any concerns. The appeal of Beach Haven is an investment for all of LBI. It's, Beach Haven's success is all of LBI's success. So I just wanted to say that since I didn't get to earlier.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary Lee Pence.
Good evening, everybody. Mary Lee Pence, 314 Bradley Avenue, Rockville, Maryland. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify for Cookie, I will save you the phone call. On June 28th, the Ocean County Superior Court ruled in favor of Beach Haven Auto. The town apparently has decided to appeal the decision. We were informed on Friday that they filed an appeal on Thursday night. So just wanted to clarify that for everybody that's watching, everybody in the room, and for Cookie for asking that question. Thank you.
Thank you. Charlie Coughlin.
Hey, my name's Charlie Coughlin. I live on 53 Harry Drive in Manahawkin. And I, for one, I support all development in this town. I think that developing is a very important thing. I think that it's good for the economy. And what's good for the economy in the town is ultimately good for all of us. When I was a young lad, I was told by my father to invest a lot in local infrastructure projects, in local projects, local development, local zoning. And I have invested my entire life in making my community strong, in making my community an economic powerhouse. You may have heard my name before. I'm Charlie Coughlin, and I have done a lot for this community. And I, for one, I love developing. I love developing the land. I think that honestly, we need more multifamily housing. We need more, we need less single family housing. I think we need to make high rises, hotel, and even honestly, I think we could use a casino. So I really just
Thank
write
you.
my name down for any.
Thank you.
Anybody in the room? Okay.
Bill Lockey, Kenford Avenue. I'd just like to say one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit, that the signing when we come into town that says curfew and lock your car. If I'm a tourist, I'm coming here and saying, must be trouble in this town. You think? Or you don't think?
I agree with you.
I agree with you too.
I don't like the sign.
I've been meaning to get on that and I
agree with you
apologize. I
too.
haven't.
I think it is, I think I mean, it's just.
Go ahead.
Maybe we could put it further deeper into the town, but I don't.
Maybe we don't need it.
Yeah.
No other town has it.
Well,
I
we
don't think
could
we
start
need
with welcome to Beach Haven, but thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
Okay, Adam, I saw you wanted to come up and speak.
I'll try one more.
Do I need to introduce myself again?
No.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
please.
Yes,
Yeah.
Adam Elder, Fire Chief, Beach Haven, under
Thank you.
South Bay Ave. Real quick, I just want to thank you guys for all the hard work that you've been doing, the consideration that you're doing for the Pelham Ave project and everything that we've been working on. the juniors that are coming in. So this is, now we have 3 juniors that have joined the fire company. I've heard a lot of discussion about problem with teens in the town and everything. If they need something to do, they can join the fire company. I'd be happy to take them on. So tell them to sign up, bring an application. I'll give them something to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? So I'm closing the floor to
You have
public
2,
comment.
you got 2 more here.
Oh, on Zoom?
Isn't
Yeah.
this the same one? It's the same picture.
Oh, same picture?
It's the same picture as
Yeah.
George Coughlin.
We already had him.
Brees Hall.
I just want to say that one guy with the gray hair, you're a fucking loser. I hate
Okay.
my dick. Suck my dick and balls. You're a pussy. You won't fight me. You won't
Turn
fight
him
me.
off.
Fight me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close. I'm closing the floor to public comment.
You can do that, Mayor.
I'm closing the floor to
Right.
public comment. Okay, and so now we're having final remarks by council. You want to start, Colleen?
Okay, thank you. Quite a night. Thank you all for coming and for participating for the most part. I do want to thank Jamie. I know we've said it, but she spent months on this along with our building department. And she said some of these things go back to horse and carriage. So our books really did need an overhaul. And thank you for taking the time to do that. I also want to thank Mike McCaffrey for securing a donation anonymously to put up the big signs on the turbines. And then he also was instrumental not only in picking them up, but having them installed. This is probably our last summer, folks, to really make our feelings known. So I think they go a long way. With the township was kind enough to let us steal their design, their idea. And thank you all again. That's it.
Thank you. Mike?
Again, like to thank Jamie for all she's done with the zoning and stuff. It's,
Pull that mic closer to you.
yep. I know she spent a lot of time on it and it's something that needs to be done. As far as the windmills, again, people just get educated with what's going on with these things because it's going to be a mess once they put them out there. And everybody be safe and have a good rest of the summer.
Thank you. Kitty?
Some meetings are easier than others. The challenge is discouraging because someone who, for the record, has voted to keep teen night. I'm so disappointed in so many of the comments tonight. And it's just a testament to the problem that we have. So congratulations to those that spoke up tonight in such a disrespectful and an irreverent fashion, because you make it much more difficult for every one of your generation. And it's really a disgrace. Your parents should be ashamed of you.
Done?
Yep.
All right, Jamie?
Oh, I don't have much to say, but we still have a lot more to do with zoning, so there's a little bit more coming. Some I'm sure you're not going to agree with, but that always makes it interesting conversation. Other than that, thank you for participating tonight. I just wanted to say, there was I think there was a lot of confusion to some of the parents that did speak tonight. Teen night was formally, the ordinance was adopted on June 19th. So the Marlin and anyone else who chose to have teen night after June 19th were in violation of the borough ordinance. So this ordinance tonight was to change the language of teen night. In our previous ordinance, it just restricted for adolescents, but then certain establishments then had all ages night. So we had to again go back and redo what we did June 19th. So this was teen night in any establishment was not supposed to happen in the borough for June 19th to prepare us for the summer, to help our officers who are, have to deal with teenagers like this, that's what they deal with every single night. So we were trying to give them a tool, and it wasn't personal against any establishment, but it was a tool that they were going to use to help them get through the summer, because this is our livelihood. You know, we want tourists to come, we want families to come, and this is what we're up against. So this was a tool to give to our police department. And so parents, if you're out there, you are sending your kids to something that has been banned by the borough since June 19th. So if that's something that you are teaching your kids to do, then I don't tell you. And if my daughter was there, and I hope she's listening, she's grounded because she was not allowed to be there, because by law, it's against the law, our law in the borough. So I just wanted to clarify that, parents that are out there, that it was not allowed since June 19th. And everything tonight that you are listening to, that's what our officers listen to every single night. They have to deal with that, and that's a disgrace.
All right, I'll just say one thing. There were a lot of teenagers that got on there and acted okay. I mean, they're not all as awful as some of those kids were tonight. And I think we have to remember that there's a lot of really nice kids out there. And I do want to say, I think we all care about Beach Haven. We don't always agree on everything, but we seem to be able to work together well. And I think that's the main thing. I mean, we do discuss things, we take things to heart, and we care about this town. And I hope that this kind of behavior continues. And that's all I want to say. Thank you for coming, and have a good rest of the week.
At this time, we are going into closed session. Anticipate closed session to last approximately 45 minutes. No formal action will be taken during or after the closed session. Thank you. Okay, we are back. It is 7:59. We are reconvening the public session. Any other comments? We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Always second it.